and welcome to 83 The Show. Right now, we are privileged to be at No Mas Cantina in Castleberry. Couple reasons. One place we were going to caught fire. It's also not good. Not good.
Yeah, but we didn't do it.
Never good. No.
We did not do that.
And this is very
cool.
No, yeah. It's bad when you show up at a restaurant and you find out it was on fire a week ago. But no Mas is my favorite place to be. That's why we came here. It's just 2 blocks from my home and the lovely Castleberry. You can check it out at nomasatlanta.com. And they've given me a lovely radio that if me and the boys need anything, all I got to do is go, we need some queso up here ASAP.
Roger, over, Roger, over.
Tequila, please, if you please,
And just to let you know, at No Mas, I am drinking the Jack and Coke in the lovely Mexican fill glass. You boys?
We're going.
Tell them that these margaritas are the best I've had in this city.
Authentic, real sugar, simple syrup. These are
Grand Marnier, Jose Cuervo Special.
This is top shelf frozen margarita.
Fresh lime juice.
It's the kind you get when the governor lifts the stay of execution.
There you go. Now that we've told you where we are, and the name of our show is 83 The Show, it's all about the 80s. It's a decade, but yes, we do hit current events. It's not one of those whacked out, just 80s shows.
You got to stay proper.
You got to stay
proper.
How
do the people from the 80s see the world now?
Yeah.
That's an important part of the show.
It is an important part. We lived through the 80s, here we are. We just think it was the greatest decade outside the 50s for music and dressing.
Taught us a lot about how we face the world today.
You know what I saw the other day? It's just like the death of the American mall. Are you seeing how many malls are actually leaving the face of the earth? They're being redeveloped into, live, work, play units or whatever. And I mean, you remember the 80s, we lived at the mall. Absolutely lived at the mall.
I for one, am going to miss the Orange Julius. I'm going to miss the Orange Julius. I'm definitely going to miss that. Chasing women in the malls. I think the last mall was built in 06, so it's over.
I remember doing some filming in a mall. I got in trouble for that. I got in trouble for the filming.
Well, the malls is where you went. And I want to let you know that we have lost Shannon Mall, a mall that we all frequented. The good news is, and I've just done a tour of it, and you can check it out at Southside Steve on Twitter. I went to my first mall, and that would be West End Mall.
You went to West End Mall?
Went to West End Mall.
Yeah, you were telling me that.
I will next go to Greenbrier Mall, then to South Lake Mall, and then I will stand in the parking lot of Shannon Mall, which is now closed. But the malls could be leaving. But I just want to let you know that that's the kind of stuff we're going to cover. We're going to have some fun. And we're also not going to drop the F-bomb every other word. I'm not saying your kids should watch this show, but we're not going to be toolboxes and totally cuss our asses off just because we're doing a podcast.
That's right. It's not going to be Barney, but it's not going to be,
No, it's not Barney. But it's not rated X.
Exactly.
X either.
If we can find a happy medium,
entertainment,
you guys will like this.
You have to make choices from an entertainment point of view. Which way you're going to go. Either you're going to talk about pussies, or you're not.
Cut.
So don't even start with
Get cut. He said the P word.
I thought I would say it, but I was talking
about cats though. Come on.
I was doing my Jameis Winston, man.
He did Jameson Winston.
I was doing my Jameis Winston.
That shit was supposed to be funny.
Hey, stop it, crab legs.
Well, I want to introduce ourselves. I'm Southside Steve Rickman.
I'm Rex Austin.
And I'm Mike Austin. We're obviously brothers.
They're brothers, and we're brothers from other mothers. But we all grew up together, and that's why we wanted to do the show. So, we're going to start right now. We go to Mike most of the time, who brings in the funny. He does the research.
I don't know. I just bring in like the papers with shit written down on it.
Rex is the engineer,
whatever that
and I'm the I'm just a talent. No,
you're just the fluffer, talent.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, I've known the fluffer.
We can say fluffer. We can say fluffer.
You're on podcast, can't we?
Are there any censors out there going, man, just get them on the phone?
By the way, any nude actors out there, anybody that's ever wore dolphin shorts like we did in the 80s, if you didn't fluff, there's a reason why guys would touch themselves a little bit, not because we're weird or horny, just to give yourself a little action.
There you have it.
You gotta have at least, can we agree that if this is 0,
I'm not agreeing so far.
If this is 0 and this is 10, shouldn't you always be at a 3?
I think that's when you get the most length, right? Because it kind of rolls down the leg.
Yeah.
You definitely, you gotta think like a pack mule. You have to pack properly.
Yeah.
Talking about penises and then pack mule, he says.
Exactly.
Rex grew up in Tijuana.
He did.
And
Rex was in Tijuana. He went to school. An exchange student in Tijuana.
I'm just telling you.
exchange student.
I'm just telling. Having been in Nashville for the last 20 years, I mean, when you're talking about things like that, I mean, you have to be, Wrangler, real, comfortable jeans.
Okay, I like it. Also, put your hand up. What's the black thing on your hand?
You have
The
no
black thing.
Wranglers.
I've got a little sore here on my finger, and if you put duct tape on these, it's like Neosporin and a Band-Aid.
So Rex doesn't believe in a Band-Aid. He uses black duct tape.
I use duct tape. I mean, we're trying to save money. I got to send my daughter to private school starting next year.
You'll see in the animation.
It's going to cost a lot of money.
When we
everybody
post
knows
this, my head
I
will
work
already
the drive-through
explode.
at Hardee's. So I'm wearing a visor and a headset at Hardee's. I got to send a kid to private school. We're going with the duct tape.
Someone saying, Rex, you fucked
Pull
up
around,
the fry
please.
order again.
Exactly. If you have to wear a name tag with your job in cursive,
I'm
on
getting a
badge,
name tag. We
it's
should
a
get
problem.
83 to show name tags.
There's nothing wrong with name tags.
That's a movement. Everybody could wear name tags. They said that, and I watched the Seinfeld. That's a great idea if everybody wore name tags.
Basically, and I'm not cutting down those
Digital
of you-
phone name tags.
Good. Some people have their name on the shirt and a patch. All I'm
We don't
saying
have a
is
problem with that.
we don't. We do, and I don't want to act like I'm better than anybody else because we absolutely are not. But I say if your name's on you, it's a job. Once you lose your printed name on you, then it's a career. Is that wrong?
I'll buy into that.
I don't wanna
I'll absolutely buy into that.
I think I
because
do.
you've earned the right to go anonymous and be a bit mysterious.
Let's
You're
call up
mysterious.
the booth.
Yeah,
Get a
you're
room.
mysterious. You're professionally mysterious.
Mike, order me another Jack and Coke, please.
You're PM.
The ruling on the
tell her
field
we
stands.
tell her we need to get
Point.
tell her we need to get a stat and an IV on the 1-3.
We need
Uh,
a case
squat
of
51.
tequila
I mean,
and some women gorillas.
When you look at back in the day, when we were growing up,
Women
whatever
gorillas.
happened to lunchboxes, man? I had a Squad 51 lunchbox. Unbelievable.
I had Partridge Family.
I don't.
See,
Who remembers the lunchbox?
You got to remember your lunchbox.
Come on, dude.
You carried it to school.
I think I had a puff and stuff lunchbox. How about that? A puff and stuff.
Yeah,
I think that's a lie.
Woo!
I don't think I
Jimmy,
remember
was
that.
it Jimmy the Flute? What's the flute's name? HR Puffinstuff?
It was like a bad.
Mike's
puppet.
been,
What
Mike's
was
been
the
in
worst
years of
puppet ever?
therapy over the puff and stuff.
No, the
lunchbox.
flute
That
scared me.
show was creepy.
It was. The flute scared me.
Did you go to the 80s? The world of Sid and Marty Krofft, was that in the 80s?
That was in the 80s at the Omni,
The Omni.
downtown.
We're
in
CNN
Whittier.
Centers now.
CNN Center, and that is, at the time, was in the Guinness Book of World Records for the longest escalator. You can still see that escalator
Absolutely.
today.
Absolutely.
But
I went there.
you did?
Yep. My dad took Mike and I there.
Let me tell you about the Austins real quick, and we've covered this. They come from a broken home. Their father had a lot of money. He drove a Porsche. He also dated a news anchor called B.B. Emmerman here in town. The mother, sweet. She drove a station wagon and took care of the three Austins.
Does anyone have a gun?
She
So-
drove two different station wagons.
Two different station
The
wagons.
first was a candy apple red 1978 Vegas station wagon. It blew up on I-285, and I kid you not, Roberta Flack was on the radio, "Killing Me Softly" was the song.
When the car
I
died.
remember this. And remember, and it blew up on 285 near DeKalb County.
Here's
on
the embarrassing
east side.
part. Three boys on the side of the interstate,
I
next to a
survived.
car blowing up with a mom crying.
And it's a Vega.
I
and we
saved
all
the
loved
entire
Vega.
family by myself. I was on fire a little bit, so I got that put out, and then I rescued the rest of the family.
So
and
you
I was
put
on
your-
TV.
You put yourself
I
out.
put myself out there. It's called Rescue
We
911.
rolled
baby,
him
right
around in his burlap outfit. We all wore burlap back then.
Back
Mom
then.
didn't make a lot
Right.
of money.
No, Mom didn't make a lot of money, but the point I was getting to is the reason the Austins went to Sid and Marty Krofft is because that means they were staying with Dad, who had a ton of money, and took them there. If you were a Rickman like I was, you didn't get to go to Sid and Marty
You were
Krofft.
going to Sid Martin.
You got to ice skate in the Omni and look up at all the rich kids going up there.
We would wave from the top.
Yeah.
I'm on.
I think they waved at me once. I'm like, oh look, it's the Austins.
Yeah.
I wonder what it's like up that big escalator.